Okay, let's talk with Jill, and then let's see what kind of letters we have in our chamber.
It's not time yet, is it?
No, not yet. Ask about memories. I still can't believe you remember that day on Man's Hill. Of course you would. Our lives have been defined by loss, but our memories, those no one can take. And if they truly are the only things we can hold on to, then I want more.
So when this is over...
Let's travel the world and make new ones, and I will hoard them as a dragon does her gold. For my memories with you are the most precious of all. Let's hope nothing bad happens, but you know, Final Fantasy games, they have a tendency to make us all cry, so yeah. Ask about the origin.
Somewhere in the back of my mind.
I always knew it would come to this. It was only ever going to end this way, Jill. Either Ultima dies or we do. Unfortunately...
I know.
But I still don't think I'm ready for it. And the thought of what you have to do makes me want to cry. Oh, Jill. Please don't make this have a sad ending. Then cry, shout, scream, laugh, do whatever you feel. Our feelings make us who we are, make us better than Ultima. And he's so right about that, Clive. But a long time ago I swore that only the stars would see me cry. And Clive.
And so for now?
I'll save my tears until the clouds part and the heavens return. Ah, let's hope
I'm
that.
always with you, Clive.
Oh, so sweet. So sweet. I freaking love the two of them. Such a wholesome couple. Making amends. But we have some letters. It occurs to me that a single word of thanks does not nearly suffice to express my gratitude for reuniting me with the four from a distance. The tome made me who I am today, and yet I thought that I should never set eyes upon it again. That those who took it from me had forever robbed me of a part of myself. But now I am whole again, thanks to you. I regret that I can only fill in the gaps in your knowledge, and not the holes in your soul, for which reason I shall ever be in your debt. Vivian. I think they could have done a little bit more with Vivian's character. Like, we don't know much about her at all, but there's probably gonna be DLCs. It feels like a lifetime ago. It was a lifetime ago. That afternoon on Man's Hill was our very first adventure, but somehow I knew even then that I would not be our last. I will never forget that day, and the simple fact that you have not either fills my heart with joy so fierce, I cannot describe it. Since the moment we first met, you have always been an important part of me. The half that makes me whole. When times are darkest, you are my light. When I am lost, you are my guiding star. You are just what I need. You are all that I need. You are the greatest gift. Jill. How? They just continue and continue to surprise me. Like, they are such a wholesome couple. They know exactly what they want. Their relationship is very mature. Master Clive, I am aware there are matters of much greater import which demand your attention, but should you find yourself a moment, I bid you visit me in the shelves that I might ask a single favor concerning His Highness. Prince Dion? Of course.
It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
A tale to tell. A tale! A tale. Okay, something with a tail. Bahamut's tail? Wyvern's tail? I can't think of any other tales that are important to Dion. Where's the garland? there it is. A fragrant diadem handwoven by Jill from flowers picked on the shores of oil-faced bay. The garland rekindles memories of a more innocent time and speaks of a love that can never fade. These two, are they not the freaking best couple? Oh, they are for sure up there with Yuna and Titus. Might even have surpassed them right now. Their bond is so strong. Like, it cannot be broken. But please, red is the color of passion, the fire in your heart, fierce and bright. It binds you and your brother, you and your friends, you and me. This is the one. The handkerchief. Would it have said the same? No, it wouldn't have. Because I chose red. There was another one as well. I'm trusting in you to keep your brother safe. Oh, we will. We'll at least try. We don't know what Ultima is up to, but he needs both Joshua and Clive.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to Eastport, but as soon as the rebuilding work is complete, I promise to return.
You do that, Oscar. Now we will go to Harpocrates and see what he wants us to do. Because there seems to be something weighing his mind about Dion. Does he know about what happened? Yeah, he must know.
I received your note.
Ah, yes. I expect you're wondering what this is all about.
Yeah.
You spoke of making amends with Dion, but I can't imagine what for.
Then I should begin by telling you that I was once his tutor. This was some years ago, of course, before I joined Sid in his hideaway. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme, and was accordingly invited to the palace to supervise the young prince's education, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor should. History, religion, commerce, government. Alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the Dragoons, his studies no longer being deemed necessary. I had not expected to meet with him again, least of all here.
Have you spoken with him?
No, I have yet to find the right moment. His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. I would not wish to disturb his ruminations with idle words of greeting. Not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing. Surely you can't blame yourself.
He's going to blame himself.
It was not guilt, but his people's expectations that weighed heavily upon him. And I did nothing to ease that burden. He bore it alone, until the day he could not bear it any longer. It is one of my greatest regrets that I only ever offered him my wisdom, when what he truly needed was friendship. The blame for Dion's transgressions lies not only on his shoulders, but on mine.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way that I can.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wyvern tail. Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower is to be granted inner solace. Fabulists and fraudsters all, of course. But there is oft a seed of truth to be found where even the most outlandish opinions align.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower? And how will I know it?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poisonous ink for the brand is distilled. Well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. The harsher the environment in which they are raised, the deeper the color.
Oh, interesting.
There is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across the strait, where the flowers once grew in abundance. Whether they still survive there, I know not. But try as I might, I can find no likelier location.
It's all right. I'll find you a wyvern tail one way or another.
Thank you, Clive. And please, be safe.
That's so nice of him. He knows exactly how important the wyvern tail are for Dion. But what if he makes him more sad and more guilty? Like being reminded of it. Like feeling that he's not worthy of it. That's what kind of person Dion strikes me like. A very prideful person in a good way. Because he only wanted to do good by his people. Exactly like Harpocrates said, even if it weighed him down, he wanted to protect his people. And instead, what happened happened. And even if we would say to him that wasn't his fault, he would take the blame. He would say that, of course, Ultima took his hand, but he did what he did. I feel bad for Dion. He's such a good character as well. I feel that all the main characters, they've had character development, and not one of them have been like a filler NPC or a character that doesn't do anything to the story. Because throughout gaming, there's almost always a character like that, where you feel like, why is this even one of the main characters? And like, the character throughout the story is always the same.
Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
These are harsh environments. I mean, it must be really, really deep purple. Any flowers here? Okay, so it should be over here then. Ah, it's protected by a dragon, maybe?
Safe.
Let's see. Oh yeah, there it is. We have to mess up this dragon first.
All yours, Torgal.
Was the stagger meter called a will meter? To break one's will? Because if it was, wow, that's so telling though. That's what Ultima wants to do to us, break our will meter. But these Akashics still have will meters, like... Should you have any? Because I'm pretty sure they didn't call it a stagger bar. I think when we were sparring with Rodney, he said will. To break the opponent's will. Now I will have to go back just to see what he said, if that was really what he said. Will or willpower? Same. Oh, they really are purple in hue. Oh wow.
Might as well pick enough for a bunch, I suppose.
A bouquet. I would like to give one to Jill, but also they're poisonous, so no! I don't think that's a very good symbolic gift for her. But for Dion, it probably means his father, his people, like that. This is gonna be a very, very interesting quest either way.
Oarsman, I found the flowers you were looking for.
You did?
I think I did.
We did. Distilling a purple dye from its petals, however, when they tended to blossom, were discovered to lose their hue over time. The gardeners of early Valisthea made a fateful decision to investigate the practical properties of their roots instead. So it was firstly to distill its purple color. Interesting.
You did indeed. My dear boy, thank you.
You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not? Shall I invite him to join us?
Oh, I don't...
It's no trouble. I'll go and fetch him.
Oh, this is gonna be so interesting. I wonder what he'll say. I don't even know if he'll be happy or sad. He looks so
Highness,
down.
would you do me the honor of accompanying me?
Now. It is time, then.
Not for that.
No, only to the shelves. Our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates. No. I dare not show my face before him. Not after everything I have done. I have taken countless innocent lives. And ruined countless more. All because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again, and see in his eyes what I have become, I fear that my resolve might falter.
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself, and to him, how strong it truly is.
You are right. I must, at the very least, offer him my gratitude. Very well, then. Take me to him.
Follow me.
Oh, I feel so bad for Dion.
Even
I think
now,
he's very
I
strong.
hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd
Nothing
be
bad.
surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace.
His
And
eyes
I
look
shall be
sad.
forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master
Hi.
Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
Oh, he's so proud. And not in a bad way.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Promise to return, Dion.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him.
She doesn't like anyone.
For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might never have found the right moment to speak with him. Not to mention the wyvern tales. I shall plant their seeds, that I might not disappoint His Highness upon his return.
I hope the soil in the Hideaway is to their liking.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed. I'm sure Nigel's yard will suit them to a T. When it comes to expressing one's gratitude, I find that words are seldom sufficient. Here.
What's this?
A stolas quill. Or more precisely, my stolas quill.
Oh,
'Tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. All those words just waiting to pour out onto the page. So consider this my wish for you. That one day you may put down your sword and pick up that pen.
Well, when that day comes, I'll certainly have a lot to write about. Thank you, Harpocrates. It shall have pride of place in my chamber.
that was a little bit bittersweet. But also, I think it gave us a little more hope for Dion. I'm always kind of afraid of the main side characters to just fall because of the impact it does to a story. And I don't know, I kind of got my hopes up now. So Bahamut's Mercy, a gift from the very first Emperor of Sanbreque to his infant son. This ring has graced the hand of every dominant of Bahamut since. The ether is absorbed from the Eikon over the years, aiding the next Imperial Scion in drawing out the full potential of their bloodline. But now the Empire lies in ruin and that bloodline is broken, so let it be with Bahamut, as was always intended. Reduced Gigaflare by 6 seconds? That's pretty good. Very good indeed. And it says Bahamut's Mercy. Oh my gosh. Somehow that made me even more afraid of Dion just
when next you'd visit.
Perishing.
I well recall.
Time I spent at the Imperial Palace instructing the young prince on the history of our realm. He was quite unlike the other noble-born children I had taught, not only for the keenness with which he listened, but for the earnestness of his conviction.
He truly believed
that it was the Empire's duty to serve the people, and was determined to study the past, that he might not repeat mistakes. Which is the reason why what befell Twinside weighs so heavily on his soul. I feel so bad for him. He must live with the consequences, and I fear it will take more than merely time to heal such wounds. He needs some retribution.
It will take forgiveness.
Not from you or me, nor his countrymen, nor even from his late father. No.
From himself.
Only then might his flower bloom again. Very true.
Thank you for indulging an old man.
Of course.
Knowledge hoarded is...
Do we have anything to read? Probably something else on Dion? Almost at level 8.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Almost. Oh, we have on Jill. Born a princess of the Northern Territories, Jill was made a ward of Rosaria after her father, the Silvermane's incessant raids were quelled by the duchy. She entrusted her Eikon to Clive after he was bested by King Barnabas, that he might have the strength to fight their fate to the last. I don't want Jill to follow to the origin. Just in case. Dion spent his youth studying that he might assist his father in ruling the Empire. On returning with Clive and Joshua to the Hideaway, he's reunited with his old tutor, Harpocrates, who inspires in him a renewed determination to bring Ultima's evil to an end. It did something at least. I feel like Dion felt that it was also a very kind gesture from Harpocrates. Harpocrates dwelled in much grander surroundings. The Imperial Palace, where he served as tutor to Prince Dion, he bears a deep and lingering affection for his former charge, and on reuniting with Dion in the Hideaway, presented him with a gift of a wild wyvern's tail, that he might be reminded of the goodness within him, and not punish himself unduly. That is so true, what he spoke about Dion and this flower. It is very much like Dion as a persona. And I can see why Annabella did not like Harpocrates. And exactly what Dion said. Maybe we should do Dory's quest. I just wanna check if we got anything. Bringing together 3 men from differing backgrounds was not to be without some difficulty. However, come together we did, for a better Valisthea. The triunity was but a first step. A longer, more bitter journey awaits us all. One that will almost certainly end in hardship. Yet what matters most is not the destination, but what we can learn from one another while on the road there. You have paid that road for us with your courage, Clive. Now we must have the courage to walk it. Your loving uncle, Byron. Oh my god, he's such a good character. Oh, they all are such good characters. I would like a quest with Gav. And one with Tardia as well. It still feels like we know nothing.
Ifrit?
Your resolve didn't falter.
No. Though I continue to be bewildered by fate. But I should meet with my old tutor here. At the very end of the world. I thank you. With all my heart. For giving me this chance.
And I thank you for taking it.
I should like to look upon that flower once more. When I am worthy.
Understandable.
I stand ready to leave for Origin at your word. May Griga go with us.
And see us safely home.
When the time is right. Not right
Courage,
now.
Ifrit.
Ask about Harpocrates. My days under the tutelage of Master Harpocrates were among the brightest and most rewarding of my life. His knowledge is boundless, and he gladly shared it with me, that I might learn to be of use to my father in matters of state. And so that when the time came, I might be the ruler that my people not only expected, but deserved.
Alas.
I have disappointed him utterly.
And yet...
He greeted me with such warmth, as if we're still the same boy who hung upon his every word. In a way, perhaps I am, and perhaps I might make him proud of me yet. He will. And he's already proud of Dion.
Ifrit.
Okay, I think we should do... Wait a minute, oh, we have that one as well. But I think we do Nobody's Tool.
There's something about
Or
it.
do we do this one?
I feel like...
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Curse Breakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
True.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
Let's go!
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Okay, trial and error. Well, that's how you learn, so... To Northreach.
I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Don't suppose. Let's see how good this guy is. No one is as good as Gav, so there's quite a high bar. Quite a high bar.
Might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Oh, very close by.
Oh, no. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The Sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine Cursebreaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
That's it.
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
So, what am I here for exactly?
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way.
Okay, so I should
Right, Ember. Impress me.
be like a shadow. Like an assassin. Let's see if he does impress. Well, he made it there very, very fast.
Caution.
Almost sound like they're fighting each other. Don't you guys think it sounded like that? Or what am I doing? Might as well just check. I don't think I want diamond dust. Something quicker. Wind up. Oh, I can't do anything because I'm in battle. Right. Oh, a coral. I thought it said Margot. Are we going? No. What? Well, let's just take that one as well. Okay, it was up there. Oh my gosh, why did I run so far away? The path is quite rocky. Well, we managed. So Ember managed this rocky path.
Perhaps young Ember really is ready.
Oh, he took that path. Oh my, okay, never mind. Oh,
Or maybe not.
I don't think he's doing so well. Let me guess, enemies.
Damn it.
A dragon.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Oh, well, you failed now.
Then run! If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
Told Avis? What is that? TOT.
All yours, Torgal!
So I would say he didn't really make it. Okay, I have to call. My cat just woke up.
Torgal, kill! Go!
I'm wondering if he got the logbook. Since he was so fast at getting here. He should have gotten something, or
Get him!
he might have not. Well, he still got afraid of the dragon, so... I don't know.
Ember, are you...
Gone?
Gone? Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
But did he even get the book? I mean, he got stopped by a dragon. That's what scared him off, but he did well with the enemies. Other than the dragon, that is. I do like Judgment Bolt. If I level it up, there's more bolts. Wind up. There we go. Hello, Ember. Where are you? Did he give up or something? Or
Good girl.
did he go back to the quest giver? Where did I come from? Oh, here. Okay then, let's go back. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. He froze. He had some clean kills, but then he froze because of a dragon. And then he disappeared again. If he did something else, I don't know. Oh, he's not here. Oh well.
Straight home now.
Did he get eaten or something? Oh, don't tell me he got kidnapped.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I don't know.
Thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job?
Where have you been?
I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you there, Nazaire. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course.
Well...
We'll await your evaluation back at the Hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
Let's just let him pass this exam. I mean, he can only get better, right? He can't get worse. That was one of the quests I felt was quite boring. Hope the next one is better.
You should have seen.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
Does Ember deserve passing marks? I mean, why not? He can only get better, so I say yes. We need more scouts.
Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose
learn.
heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Why not give me a quest
Forgive me,
with
Sid.
Gav instead?
This did not play out as I expected.
Things rarely do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
It's gonna feel very unfair to Gav if he doesn't get a side quest of his own. Because we barely know anything about his background.
Sid, I wanted you to know. I will be taking personal responsibility for Ember's combat training. And I will not let you down.
Okay. You do that. Huh? Silver linings?
There's something about it.
What? It's Gav! Okay. Next episode, I'll do Gav's. Because I want him to have an entire
Sid,
episode so I
do you
can
have a
do a
moment?
thumbnail of him.
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Walud, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
We go.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Nobody's tool. Let's go do this one. Journey to Balmung Dark. And then, in the next episode, I will do Gav's quest. I was gonna be so annoyed if we didn't get a side quest with Gav. Because he's one of the main characters, main side characters, you know. So, having NPCs, like random NPCs, have side quests, and him not have one? That would trigger me so much. Like, he's been here for us all this time, and for us not to do something for him, he's saved us so many times as well.
Run like the wind.
Is it up here?
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashyyyk. I need to hurry.
Let's hurry then. Oh, I don't got time for you. Follow me if you wanna get whooped. If not, stay where you are. Oh. You were almost devoured.
Back to the stables, girl.
We're just gonna ignore those.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with the Kashyyyk. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
This is the second quest with Doris.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Keeping eyes open.
locked up tight.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking, where did we get the key? Guess we didn't have one. Oh. That one actually surprised me.
Kill! This one.
And what is that? Inspect. Kingdom of Waloed hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kusa beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention, therefore, is to be punished by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the pursuit of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bearers in any other capacity. Okay, a Kusa beast.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
It's probably out there. Just saying. Why mention a beast if we're not gonna find it? Right? Jill, honey, you need to move. Thank you. I want to freeze them all. The main plate. Thank you, Torgal. Kusa beast deployment. The Kusa has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss of Walooder lives. But bearer lives are okay. That is dark.
Loss of Walooder lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Wow, these Walooders are wild! No wonder under Barnabas' rule. No wonder. Oh, I see some Akashic.
All yours, Torgal! Over here! Go! Diva!
I love how the voice actor shouts out the name of the Eikons. Oh?
No sign
Doris.
of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
She surprised me. Okay. They want me to enter that big-ass arena. Like there's not gonna be anything dangerous. Let me just destroy these guys. Well, that one was for you, Jill. go. Where was the downstairs? Here. Or we can't go upstairs. Let's just continue down. Oh, there's something here. So it wasn't pointing to this arena, but under. Kuza beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bearers may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bearers no longer of use for training purpose can now be repurposed as required.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
Oh my, then Chadwick?
Nothing but a Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Yeah, she probably didn't find these letters that I found, so maybe we should break it to her. That's maybe why we didn't find anyone. I hope they made it out alive. But I'm suspecting the worst.
But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Oh, I found...
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Well, she doesn't sound too happy, and neither do we. Because we find no survivors here. Let's hope we find survivors on the other side. Darn, that arena is big. They are definitely gonna put us up with this Kuza beast, right? There's no way they mention it in every inspected letter for us not to fight the Kuza bear. Like, And there's the gate, which I tried to open without a key. I mean, we could have just used our sword, but okay.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Oh. Hold on a second, I need to check this place before I go out.
A survivor. And she sounds close.
You know what? If this would have been a horror game, I would never have gone after this voice. I would have been, deuces!
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them.
Yeah, they turned.
Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? You wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Let me guess. The Kuza beast.
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
We're
All
gonna
right.
fight it.
You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
I think that Chadwick didn't
out
make
there
it.
waiting for me.
It looks exactly like a
can't let
freaking
it live.
behemoth. Almost.
Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Okie dokie. We're gonna have to finish you, big guy. Oh! It's a hunting mark as well. That's why
The beast will wreak
I
havoc
kind of
if it
remembered it.
I can't let that happen.
All yours, Torgal.
This guy better not be able to do meteor. It's not. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It can do comet.
Nice try.
But now we at least know what to do if it actually does do meteor. That meteor extinction. Should have had lightning rather than me.
Get him! Get him! This one. This boy.
Well, this was a fun battle at least. And it's always good to know what the Waluders were doing over here at Ash. That's always interesting. They have been doing some seriously bad experiments over here. Not humane at all.
This
Go, Torgal.
There we go. The baby guy. And now let's see where Chadwick is. He probably eaten though. Behemoth Shackle. Well, nothing was shackling this.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
Nope, but he is.
I'm fine. I think.
No.
Is it something of Chadwick's?
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the Hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
So what now? Do we do something with this information? Tell Vivian? Maybe she wants to know?
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Hideaway. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Hideaway is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
She's a strong character. Feels like she keeps a lot of her fights, a lot of her burdens with herself. And doesn't tell anyone about it. Blackthorn is the same. That's why August is always the one who is like, something ain't right here. And for Doris, it's Cole. I'm gonna guess that Asta is still very infatuated with Clive, if she hadn't switched man.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Your
Let me
benefactor's
see what
a
we
regenerous
got.
lot.
Continental acclaim. If the drunken galley captain I shared the table with last night is to be believed, word of your exploits has made its way across the seas to the great continent. What is more, she claims there are those who would see you flourish, herself being one such woman. Gerath. Genji gloves? Hey! Genji
earned
stuff is always good.
Come again. I may...
Let me see. Oh, increases damage dealt to enemies by 5%. I would still like to have this ability points in normal encounters. This is 20%. I mean, I'm still gonna switch it up, but I'm gonna try this. Talisman of Priming, High Cleric's Medallion, also good. Increases combo damage. And then just ability jewelry.
Have more for ya.
Let's keep it at that. And in the next episode, I will do Gav's quest. I'm just gonna check how many more are on this. Oh, there's still plenty. And there it was, that one. Let's just continue doing the quest. It seems like some of the hunt board quests do lead us with these side quests. But this is gonna be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and bye bye.